Look, it's just gone. Everything is just gone. There's like, this is the park that we were at when we hit our 10,000 subscribers. This is a whole different level of scary.
Where the creek runs deep, moonshine dreams, secrets the pines keep. Front porch picking and the whippoorwills cry under that wide open Arkansas sky.
The severe storms and torrential rains of April 2025 brought Arkansas flooding on a biblical scale. And that way it's just wiped out. I think we tried to fish under a bridge and stuff, didn't we?
Yeah. All right, so there's a little turnoff right here before we get into town to go to the store real quick. We just want to see some of the aftermath, kind of like the reality check, let you know that, hey, this stuff happens and it can happen at any time and it's devastating. But yeah, we want to share it with you guys.
That's that park over there.
Oh my gosh.
Remember that park?
Yeah.
We were talking, yeah. Look, it's just gone. Everything is just gone. There's like, the April 2025 floods left the Spring River in Hardy, Arkansas, a graveyard of debris. Wrecked homes, boat docks, and trees tell stories of dreams washed away. There's a park over here, a RV park, too. And that got hit. And yeah, that's crazy. Look at it, it looks like a tornado hit, you know what I mean? There's that's where that RV park is. Remember, because we drove past the RV park and went back to this park back here and got out and walked around top. And that's when we hit 10,000 subscribers, remember? This is the park that we were at when we hit our 10,000 subscribers.
You guys, when we hit our 10,000 subscribers, we were actually in this park. I remember that day. You're right, babe.
Yep, I know.
That is so crazy.
It is. We're going to turn in here. We'll just check it out. So we went down there too. If we go straight here, that's where that spot was that we were talking about going fishing. Where the spillway is and all that stuff.
All right, you guys. Here we are down by the Spring River where our 10,000 subs hit us the day that we were walking down here. So let's check out.
It's just, this was the road. It washed the road out right here too.
That's a dock or something. Come on, baby. You gotta go potty.
That's why I came down here too. So look, there's even somebody's mattress out there.
All right, the dog's been cooped up for a while. We're gonna let him out for a second. It's just crazy to see. It's totally changed down here, you guys.
That's just crazy. Mother Nature is a force to be reckoned with, I'll tell you. It doesn't matter. It's water, it's wind. It's just total destruction.
River roars like a beast unleashed. Tears through homes it was meant to feed. Timbers snap, broken like discarded sticks. Memories float in the rancid mix. Floodwater rising, burying dreams. Littered scraps of life, ripped at the seams. Washed away to nowhere, just debris. Ain't no one left to remember me. Walls crumble, drowned in angry tides. Every prayer lost where the river collides. Eyes to the gray sky, clouds won't part. Cursing the flood for tearing my heart. Mud clogs the veins of this hollowed land. What's left is dust where we used to stand. Tangled roots exposed where the trees once.
You can clearly see that the flood damage is insane here. Look at that.
Rain poured down like a preacher's cry. Blackened clouds streak across the sky. The river swelled with the devil's thirst. Man's prayers drowned his voice accursed. Flood water, I swallowed the land. Took my hope right out my hand. Cold and fierce, relentless wave, tearing hearts and digging graves.
That's a gazebo, guys, that we were hanging out the day we got 10,000 subs. This is the park that we were at. It looks a little different today.
Took my hope right out my hand. Cold and fierce, relentless wave, tearing hearts and digging graves. Mud crawling up to my front door. What I got ain't mine no more. Cattle's gone, fields turned to sea. The flood
Look at that. That rock was flipped upside down. That's the force of the water. That was a decoration that was probably, well, obviously somewhere else. All right, guys, it's crazy down here. This is a whole different level of scary. I'm just going to say that I honestly believe that flooding for me is much scarier than a tornado. Insane scary. Look at that, just panels everywhere. It looks like a tornado, except for, you know, that where I'm standing right now, we would have been underwater with all this debris floating past you so fast that you just couldn't stop it. You wouldn't be able to do anything. It would turn you into ground people. You know what I mean? And I know when we walk past here, it's like we just walking past here. But it's really not, guys. On a real note, we walking past people's lives that were washed down river. That's what's been turned into piles of rubble. Yeah, there's boats in the tree. Yeah, look up high. You know what I mean? That was people's stuff that they were building. Look, you can see the water was all the way up, guys, to the top of that tree. Look, there's like a rug, somebody's carpet, part way up that tree. So you gotta be careful out here now too, because if the wind picks up, you end up with, yeah, look at that. Look, that's somebody's refrigerator. You see a lot of river stuff, but that's because these folks lived on the river. It's probably a lot of houses that were really close to the river and like docks and all their water stuff. Because all these houses that live on the river, these guys got like docks off the back of their property, and they probably got like boat houses and stuff like that. I'm assuming that's what I imagine. Yeah, but people were actually living on the river too, you know, in homes and structures, whatever they're living in, campers sometimes. And yeah, this is just evidence of how awesome the power is of water. Is just crazy. Look at this, guys. That's insane.
Electric wire.
Yeah, electric wire, a painting. Somebody's painting there. I just imagine that was in a house, you know? Yeah, couch cushions and stuff. Yeah, it looks like a camper.
Yeah, the car keys. Or did you leave them in the car?
I left him in the car. Want to walk back? You done? All right, guys. It only gets worse up here, but
Or at least.
we can't take any chances. We got to at least bring our car back down to this end of town. It's not that we don't trust people, but it's mostly that we just don't trust people. You know what I mean? You won't want to walk straight because there's water over there. You'll have to cut all the way across and get onto the road. Guys, check it out. There was water on top of that building. That building has a log on the very top. That's how high that water was. I'm not trying to say that the people that were by our vehicle were shifty, but they looked all kinds of shifty to me, so we had to walk back. I'm glad we did. I think it's because we did. Somebody didn't try to rifle into our car where we left our keys. That's what I said. I said they some shifty people over there by our stuff. Those are the kind of people that also loot.
Yeah.
You know? I still wouldn't want anybody down here. I actually kind of feel guilty for being down here in a sense.
Because of all people's stuff.
Because it's people's personal belongings. Yeah, that little creek, man, turned into that.
It certainly is sad to see all the stuff that has happened to Arkansas lately, weather-wise, but you know what? I am so happy that we are here. I just love this place. I love the people we're around. I don't know. Maybe it's a forever home here, maybe not. We'll see, guys. But for now, we gotta go to the grocery store. It's too bad we didn't bring our fishing poles.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be afraid of what I might catch.
True.
This flood that's over here to my left was insane too. This town got wiped. If you were in flood zone, forget it. It's people's houses along the bank over here. I know we can't see it.
Eye-opening. It just makes you realize that it's so close to home, you know. Anything can happen. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
It started with one drop of water. So the park in Hardy, Arkansas that we visited showed us what the flood took. It took homes, it took docks, it took trees, all gone. But it also showed us what stays. Us, y'all, this life that we're building. Flood after flood, storm after storm. We're gonna keep on going. And the roof is next. Gonna have to make this place stronger, and Hardy will rebuild too. Dreams get washed away, they always come back.
April 2025. Rain poured down like a preacher's cry. Blackened clouds streak across the sky. The river swelled with the devil's thirst. Man's prayers drowned his voice accursed. Flood water, I swallowed the land. Took my hope right out my hand. Cold and fierce, relentless wave, tearing hearts and digging graves. Mud crawling up to my front door. What I got ain't mine no more. Cattle's gone, fields turned to sea. The flood won't leave a scrap of me. Flood water, I swallow the land. Took my hope right out my hand. Cold and fierce, relentless wave, tearing hearts, digging graves. Each crack of thunder shakes my bones.
In between them two runs of trees right there, on the back side and on this side is usually the river. Not all the way out across the field over there and over on this side here. This is usually a road. We'll go check out this other side right quick.
Flood water, I swallow the land. Took my hope right out my hand. Cold and fierce, relentless wave, tearing hearts.
That's all flooding. That river's up against that bank on the back side over there. Not over here. That's crazy. All right, guys, I'm gonna shut you out for a minute. we've experienced a lot since we've been in Arkansas, but this last year has been pretty devastating. Our hearts go out to all the people that are affected by the storms in Arkansas, and of course everywhere else as well, because it wasn't just Arkansas that was affected. We know that a lot of dreams were devastated, and we were concerned about some of our own. We had a lot of experiences here as a result of that last storm. It was nothing as devastating as what other people had experienced, but it's enough to realize that you have no control over this stuff, and your dreams could be washed away. So make sure you're living every day like it counts. Yeah? And we're going to keep on going, man, no matter what, guys. Especially when you give us a big old fat thumbs up, man. It just makes my day every single time you do it, you know? And when you share my videos, man, I just get giddy inside. I can't help it. I'm like, my gosh, I hope that they hit that notification bell, guys, because when you do that, they're going to let you know when our content is available for viewing. And it's not always a sad story. As a matter of fact, most of them are very triumphant, which is what Arkansas is, down to its core. It's one triumphant story after another. And that's why right now is a perfect time to subscribe. You know, you jump on this journey with us. It's going to be a wild ride. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. And just because Baby Cakes is not here doesn't mean you're not going to hear it. Peace.